Welcome back to the Flashpoint. I am Tobin Frost, and you know what it is. We'll get straight into it. Alright, so Evelyn Braxton is going everywhere. She's on a tour, and I can't blame her for what she's doing, simply because it's normal. It's normal. It's something that we've seen time and time again, what a mother is going to do, which is whatever they can to ensure that their child goes through the least amount of pain possible. And when there are children involved, the black mother, well, grandmothers usually, all grandmothers, it doesn't matter the race, the grandmother usually loves the grandchild and is so focused on the grandchild, which is why we always see in a lot of families, a lot of times, you'll be raised by your grandma. Your mama be going to work and shit like that. And in some families, your mama will be out there dating and shit like that. And this dynamic happens because of the fact that usually marriages do not last. So after you get divorced, you're out of your prime. So you're 50, 40, whatever you are, you're wore out. You're not prime meat on the market. So you have a hard time finding a mate. And just like any other lonely person, what they do is go get a pet. You know, you'll see the old lady with cats and shit like that. Young life that doesn't, or let's say young life. I'll just say young life to be nice. Young life doesn't discriminate, and it's just loving, because you are just the epitome of affection, and that's all young life wants. It thrives off of positive energy, and you can give that child or that young thing, whatever it may be, a cat, dog, hamster, or child, you can give it your full attention because you don't have anything else going on. Usually with the grandmother and the grandfather generation, they already have their money together, so they're not really too much worried about going out and working and shit like that. They're pretty much bored. You'll catch them at Goodwill in these places. So the grandchildren is pretty much like them having their first child all over again. And you know, the girls, I'm gonna say, I can't say women, the girls of my generation, they want babies just to have babies. They want babies until they have them. You know what I'm saying? Because once they have them, they realize they can't go to the club as much. They can't fuck off as much. They can't do the shit that they want to do. So what they do is they'll have the child to lock down the man and ensure what they call secure the bag. And then they'll go to the next dude and do the whole process all over again. So that's just a long story of what's going on here. So this is why Evelyn has such a big incentive to make sure that this divorce ends in the right position, to where everything happens as it's supposed to. Because when you have a situation like this, a situation where the man isn't the quote-unquote breadwinner, where the man isn't the one that's running around the most, where the man may look like an equal, you know what I'm saying, as far as the characteristics, he could be an equal parent because she has a career that may not be nurturing or ideal for the child to grow up. So because his life is slower and he's not in the spotlight, it may be better for the child to go with him because he's not in the spotlight and having to deal with all the people and doesn't have his career going all in front of everyone's eyes. So what they're doing now is damage control, making sure that when they go to court, it's an equal playing field. Okay, she has a career in front of the world, but he's a fucking abuser. You see? So, and this is what I'm saying. This happens. This is just like the Meat Meal situation. Just like the UCLA, you know, your big homie Ball in Trump. These situations happen every day. A child goes to the store and steals. Someone violates their probation. And they don't get these type of, you know, all this publicity and shit like that. So they don't get a favorable judgment. In situations like this, there's so much publicity on it that you have to make sure that everything goes according to plan. Because whether we like to admit it or not, public perception does have a lot to do on the judgment or the final judgment on a case. If the press catches wind to something that, you know, Vince might throw out there or whatever like that, and they run with a story about her being a cocaine addict, or her family being, you know, having a history of pedophilia, or just any type of family secret that he can put out in the media about them, it may, you know, swing the scale in his favor, simply because whatever you throw out there right now, the media is thirsty and they're starved for it. They need to know. So, like I said, we're just going to keep track of this, and I can't really say either way what's going on, because we know that my opinion always gets me in trouble. So I'm just going to play it neutral right here. I'm going to give you the facts. And believe everything I've given you is the facts. And what I'm doing is giving you the facts from the underworld, from where I sit. This is where normal people sit. Not even normal people. This is where people of the underworld sit, where you might not be here in this place where street law holds true. This is all that matters. People are going to lie. It's all about who lies better, pretty much. So all Evelyn is doing is covering the bases. We're going to smear him so that he does not get a favorable, judgment in court. Because, as we said earlier, this is not a clear cut. The man makes money, the wife gets divorced, the wife gonna walk away with half and custody of the child. This is a situation where they're both out there on the monkey shit. They're both having hectic, turbulent career paths. So we can't really say. And he may look like the more fit or more suitable father or more suitable parent. Make sure you guys tune in. I'm going to keep you posted on this story. Be sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and hit that like button. We're out.